There's a lot to do. Is there something you need? Have you gained the trust of all the Rangers yet, Outlander? You cannot join us before everyone accepts your inclusion. Sure. There's a lot to do. What do you need?
What do you want? I was wondering when you were going to ask. Do you have time to talk? Well, not here. I'm not sure such topics should be discussed inside a cave, where the purpose of our quest is not easily seen. There's a place in the south that provides a nice view of the Shire. I think, as we discuss this, it would be best to clearly see the land we strive to protect. Perhaps then you will have a better understanding of why we're here. I assure you, it is nothing of that nature. I only mean to show you the Shire through the eyes of a ranger, and ask you a few questions. Nothing more. I'll mark the location on your map, and meet you there. He's sharpening his skills in the Windbale Woods. It's quieter up there, and provides a nice location for one to think in solitude, without worry of being interrupted. We've got a small training area in the northwest there. If you're looking to gain his trust, that's where I'd start. Yep.
Filthy worm!
Ah, there you are. Care to take a seat? All right then. Yes? All right, we should begin as soon as possible. Thorman wasn't a huge fan of my bringing you out here, given the... All right, we should begin as soon as possible. Thorman wasn't a huge fan of my bringing you out here, given the time it would take. But I convinced him it was necessary. My one request here is that you take this seriously, and remain honest throughout the entirety of our time. Do you have any questions before we begin? Until I'm satisfied with your answers. If you want to get this over quickly, I would suggest answering each question truthfully, and without acting like a fool. Take some time and look out into the Shire, and tell me what you see. And such a fragile thing that is. Times are tough for us rangers, and some believe we are without hope. Referencing what you know, what are your thoughts on this matter? This is not something to be taken lightly. So you admire our courage, but doubt our strength? I'll admit I have felt the same way before, but we must not discard hope in sole favour of rationality. For hope is often the only asset our enemy overlooks, and despite our other skills, it is the only real advantage we have over them. I think I've learned what I needed from this. One last topic and we'll be done. It is important that I know a little more about you, if my complete trust is to be given. Tell me about the land you are from, this Skyrim. Do you have many responsibilities there? Well, I'd love to stay and talk longer, but I think that's about all the time I can spare here. I've come now to understand you a little better, and with that you have earned what little trust you did not own already. When Thormin gathers us for your initiation, I will be the first to speak on your behalf.
You've come. This is good. It means you're at least capable of navigating a dense forest by yourself. Although I will admit I expected you here sooner. Are you ready to begin? We're sparring. Buyer sale didn't tell you that? Some people read others through their words, some through their intentions. Others prefer to look at the actions themselves. I am of the last group. An action such as combat is the one form to which a man will reveal his true self, through the movements of his blade. Mercy, anger, fear, regret, they will all show in battle. You cannot hide them. I am curious how you'll react when under such pressure. At the end of our time here, you will have either gained my trust or my wrath. Either way, my opinion of you will not remain the same. Yes, it is. If that sounds too childish, you can call it a pine-elevated mini-fortress. It provides an excellent view of the surrounding area and the advantage of high ground against anyone foolish enough to attack us. As a ranger, the elevation makes me feel right at home, a lot more than that hideout does at least. I'm pleased in a way, for I built this area with that very intention. But I can bore you with talk of my architecture any day. How about it? Are you ready? Rules are simple. I'll let you know when I've seen enough. Until then, we try to kill each other. You can use whatever kind of weapon you wish. Magic, swords, hammers, bows, I don't care. Not in the Shire, you won't. You managed. I don't intend on getting. What are you doing? Are you all right? I may have gotten a little carried away. Still, you managed to stay up longer than most who come blade to blade with me. And there was nothing notably suspicious about the way you handled yourself. All right, you have my respect, friend. When the time comes, I will speak on your behalf. See you.
There's a lot to do. What do you need? I understand you received the blessing from every member of my company. That is good, and frankly spoken, quite impressive. But the approval of my companions is only the beginning. First, you will need to test yourself. Return to me once you think you are ready. Outlander. It's mainly wrist work. Here, I'll explain. Honorless is the one who goes back when the road ahead turns steep. Do not worry about the past. It can no longer be changed. Instead, let only the decisions you make with the time you are granted define you. I'm glad to see you've returned for the next phase of your initiation. I would ask that you seek out Byerson. She can help you progress through your training. Find her at the Bwinbale Woods training area. Then show me the meaning of haste. Now that that's over.
Yes? You'll have to be precise. The difference between medicine and poison is in the dose. Not at all. What's on your mind? A tour? Sure. Oh, didn't see you there. You'll have to be precise. I'm not sure that would be wise. We have to think about the bigger picture. A love between us would only bring instability to this company, which could harm the Shire. I doubt it, but if you mean to try, I cannot stop you. Those words are kind. I suppose you say that to all the girls you meet? Well, I've hardly considered myself pretty before. I'm not sure why I mentioned our love as if it were a thing. Not at all. What's on your mind? A tour? Sure. There's not much, but if you follow me, I'll show you around. And this is Thormin's office. To the surprise of only fools, this is where you'll typically find Thormin. He plans out missions and compares notes. Let's just say that should the day come when you find out, you will have accomplished much more than Thormin or any of the others think possible. I think you have great potential, and no small amount of luck. But whether or not you see what is beyond this door is not for me to decide. Nevertheless, I think it possible, maybe even probable, for someone like you. Not at all. What's on your mind? Yes, I can see how something like that could be mispronounced. It's buy or sell, kind of like the options you have at a market, actually. So far, everything sounds alright to me. Now, was there something else you needed? Well, I personally believe you have a purpose here. I do not know what path led you down to the Skyrim gate, what quest sent you that way, or why I found you of all people. Some might find my trust absurd, that the fate of the Shire is in your... Courage is found in the most unlikely of places, after all. Why? Perhaps it is because I am afraid, and you give me courage. Sure, my father took up because of this, wandering from village. I was too young to... I remember when the notice to pass. It was the first time I'd seen my parents. From that point, but I could go on. Shall we continue with current matters? Oh, hey. I was waiting for you. I thought you might never show. Yet it is. My task today is to get you ready for the life of a ranger. I wouldn't have you think it is an easy life. Once you indicate that you are ready, you will be subjected to a series of trials. Each will symbolise a hurdle you must overcome before you may be deemed fit for your new tasks and life. Are you ready to begin the process? Good. The first trial is the trial of strength. I need you to break this boulder behind me. That was performed as expected. Good work, Outlander. Do not jump to such conclusions. Every protector of the Let us continue. The second trial is that of morality. Say you just apprehended a man responsible for killing 5 goblins. The man begs you for mercy. How do you respond? All right. And what if the victims were not goblins, but goblin younglings? Yet you were eager to condemn the mature goblins, even when you know nothing of their background. But you show pragmatism, and that is commendable. Thank you for answering these questions. Based on what you say, I suspect you might enjoy the company of Tinruth the most. The next trial is that of mental endurance. Do you see that tree stump over there? I need you to stay perfectly still atop it for 6 hours. You cannot move during that time. As your instructor, I am forbidden to joke while you are under my guidance. Remarkable! You made it appear so easy. Quite a few. You do realise that becoming a ranger requires a considerable amount of effort, right? It's not like we'd ask just anyone to join. For the trial of wisdom, you need to answer the following question. What creature walks on 4 legs in the morrow, 2 in the afternoon, and 3 in the twilight of the day? You'll have to explain your reasoning for that answer to... Let's say that wisdom is not your strongest suit, shall we? But fear not, I won't tell the others. The correct answer is a man. He walks on his hands and knees as a child, on 2 legs as an adult, and on 3 with the aid of a cane in the hours before the night falls. I suggest we move on to the next trial, personal development. I want to ask you a question. What do you hope to achieve in the world? Quite well, but what if you actually achieved what you set out to do? What purpose would your life have then? That seems like a good idea, but allow me to give you this counsel. Standing water turns dark and foul. Keep it flowing, and the clarity of life will... You have now endured all... Thank you for your patience. I will ask of you to return to Thormin now. I'm sure he'll be delighted to see you. I told you before we have more important matters to attend to. I'm afraid there is no... You would propose a date? At times like these? I'm not sure that's a good idea. What would the others think? If you're looking for expensive restaurants, you're in the wrong place. But I believe perhaps the Yellow Days Tavern would suffice. What do you think? All right, I'll meet you tonight. Don't be late. I'm in the middle of something right now. The key is application and timing. Here, I'll show you. Ah, there you are. Care to take a seat? It's good to see you. You look nice. Thank you. It's not often I change out of my ranger uniform. I'd almost forgotten what normal clothing felt like.
Oh, ain't often we get big folk out here. What can I get for this fine couple tonight?
I'll take a steak dinner with a bottle of red wine, please.
What do you want? Nay, all of Middle Nern, I'll wager. And maybe even beyond. An excellent choice. I'll be back in a little bit. Let me know if you
Something
need
on your mind?
anything else.
Copying my order? So you're either a romantic or entirely indecisive then.
Perhaps a fresh pie?
You and I do not know. Not now, I would think. The Shire should remain our first priority. But maybe someday. The first date is hardly a proper time to bring that up, though. And, well, I don't know. It is possible that in wedding you, I would be doing an injustice to my people. It's not like that at all. You are not of Dunedain descent, and therefore the line of rangers in my family, or at least proper rangers, would end with me. There are so few of us left in Middle Nern to begin with, and this war in the east doesn't help. I think perhaps not producing a proper heir would inevitably destroy my people. Maybe not immediately, but sometime, down the road. Some time has passed, and you had not the responsibility then you carry now. What? I never said that. But anyway, I think that is all for me. The hour has grown late. Thanks for doing this. Despite my initial doubts, I had a wonderful time. But for now, I must return to the base. I think I can handle myself, thank you. But I think there's someone who wants to talk with you first. All right then.
Hello again, sir. Just here to collect the coin. Ah, thank you. You folks have a safe trip back home now.